Explore the fascinating connection between Friedrich Nietzsche's philosophies and Stoicism in this thought-provoking video. Does the German philosopher's genius stem from his deep understanding of Stoic principles? Dive into the world of ideas and discover how Nietzsche's concepts of the will to power, eternal recurrence, and the death of God might be influenced by ancient Stoic teachings. Join the conversation and uncover the intriguing parallels between these two philosophical powerhouses. Let's dive deep into the mind of Nietzsche to see if we can connect his genius with the principles of Stoicism. Friedrich Nietzsche, the 19th century German philosopher, and Stoicism, an ancient Greek school of thought, are two intellectual giants that have shaped the way we think about life, morality, and human existence. While they may seem like vastly different philosophical perspectives, they do intersect in fascinating ways that are worth exploring. Many of us have been led to believe that Nietzsche's philosophy and Stoicism are fundamentally opposed, like oil and water that just don't mix. We've been taught that Nietzsche is all about individualism, self-overcoming, and the will to power, whereas Stoicism is all about reason, universal natural law, and inner strength. This perceived opposition makes for a compelling narrative, but is it truly accurate? Does Nietzsche's rejection of traditional morality and his focus on the individual mean that he's inherently at odds with the Stoic emphasis on reason and community? On the surface, it might seem that way. Nietzsche's infamous declaration that God is dead and his concept of the Übermensch, or Superman, appear to be in direct conflict with Stoicism's belief in a rational, natural order and its focus on living in harmony with nature. Furthermore, Nietzsche's critiques of traditional morality and his advocacy for a more flexible, creative approach to ethics seem to clash with Stoicism's emphasis on reason and moderation. But what if we're missing something? What if Nietzsche's philosophy and Stoicism aren't as mutually exclusive as we've been led to believe? Perhaps there's a deeper connection between the two that could reveal a surprising affinity between them. Let's dig deeper and explore some key concepts that might shed some light on this supposed opposition. Take, for example, Nietzsche's concept of amor fati, or the love of one's fate. At first glance, this seems like a rejection of Stoicism's emphasis on reason and control over one's emotions. But what if we see amor fati as an acceptance of the things that are beyond our control, much like the Stoic idea of accepting the things that are outside of our power to change? Or consider Nietzsche's concept of the eternal recurrence, where he asks us to imagine living our lives in an infinite loop, repeating every moment, every decision, every action. This sounds like a nightmarish scenario, but what if it's actually a thought experiment designed to help us live more mindfully, more authentically, much like the Stoic idea of living in accordance with nature? Another key concept that sheds light on the connection between Nietzsche and Stoicism is the idea of ressentiment, or resentment. Nietzsche argues that this toxic emotion is at the heart of much human misery, and that it's precisely this resentment that prevents us from living truly fulfilling lives. The Stoics, of course, would agree wholeheartedly with this assessment, arguing that negative emotions like resentment are obstacles to living a virtuous, happy life. As we continue to explore these parallels, we start to see that Nietzsche's genius might indeed be influenced by Stoic principles. Perhaps his emphasis on individualism and self-overcoming is less a rejection of Stoicism than an attempted fusion of Stoic ideas with his own unique philosophical vision. Surprisingly, we find that Nietzsche's concept of the Übermensch has some intriguing parallels with the Stoic idea of the sage, who has achieved a state of inner strength, wisdom, and indifference to external events. Both the Übermensch and the sage represent idealized figures who have transcended conventional moral norms and achieved a higher level of existence. Revealing these connections between Nietzsche's philosophy and Stoicism not only deepens our appreciation of both philosophical perspectives, but it also challenges us to rethink our assumptions about their supposed opposition. By exploring these parallels and contrasts, we gain a richer understanding of the underlying ideas that shape our worldviews. If you have any thoughts on the connection between Nietzsche and Stoicism, please share them in the comments below. And if you're interested in exploring more philosophical insights, be sure to check out our playlist on Stoic philosophy, the best of Immanuel Kant, the best of Marcus Aurelius, the best of Lucius Seneca,